I laughed when I said it. We were surrounded by friends, drinks flowing, jokes flying, and someone asked if I ever thought I'd marry David. I smirked and said, "Please, he's just the backup plan." And everyone laughed except him. He didn't say anything, just nodded, quietly. And that was the moment I lost him. I just didn't know it yet. If you've ever made a joke you couldn't take back and it cost you someone who actually mattered, drop an aw in the comments. I know I'm not alone. My name is Elena. I'm 30 now, and this story still stings when I say it out loud. David and I were never flashy. We didn't have the whirlwind romance or the picture-perfect couple aesthetic, but what we had was real. He was my best friend, my person, the one who saw me without makeup and without filters and still stayed. We weren't official in the beginning. We had that we're not labeling it phase that lasted way longer than it should have. And I knew, deep down, that he wanted more. More clarity, more commitment, more of me. But I kept it casual, on purpose, because I liked knowing he'd always be there, even when I wasn't ready. It wasn't that I didn't care about him. I did, but I treated him like a backup, because I thought he'd always be there, waiting. And for a long time, he was. We'd talk every day, have sleepovers, cook dinner together like we were married. But if anyone asked, I'd say, "Oh, David, we're just friends. He's my comfort guy." I made it sound harmless, even sweet. But it wasn't. It was selfish. The joke happened on a random Friday night. We were at my friend Lily's apartment, playing one of those dumb party games, Truth or Drink. Someone asked me, "If you had to pick someone in this room to marry tomorrow, who would it be?" Without thinking, I laughed and said, "David, obviously. He's the backup plan if I'm still single at 35. People laughed. David didn't. He just smiled, that polite, tight-lipped smile, the one I later realized he used when I hurt him, but he didn't want me to see it. The next morning, he didn't text, didn't call, didn't send his usual "made coffee yet?" message. At first, I thought maybe he was just tired, but a day turned into two into 4, and by the end of the week, he was gone. I called him. He didn't answer. I messaged him, "Are you okay?" No response. The silence was brutal. David had never ignored me. Ever. 2 weeks later, I ran into him at a cafe. He was with someone, a woman I didn't recognize. Pretty, confident, soft smile. They looked close, not just friends. And when he saw me, he didn't look surprised. He just looked calm. I walked up and said hi. He nodded, introduced her. "This is Mia." No explanation, no apology. He didn't owe me one, but still it stung. Later that night, I messaged him again. "David, can we talk?" He replied, "There's not much to say. You made it clear where I stood in your life. I just finally believed you." I stared at those words for a long time, because I hadn't meant it. Not really. He was never just the backup plan. He was the one I trusted most, the one who understood me without trying, the one who felt like home. But I'd treated him like a placeholder, like someone I could fall back on after I finished chasing everyone else. And now he was gone. I spent weeks replaying that night. The tone of my voice, the look on his face, the laugh that cut deeper than I realized. I told myself he'd come back. He always did. That was the pattern. But this time was different. Because this time, he believed me. And when someone finally believes that you don't value them, they stop trying to prove otherwise. A few months later, Lily told me David and Mia had moved in together. And it felt like someone had punched me in the chest. Not because he was happy. I wanted that for him. But because I couldn't be the one to give it to him. I had the chance. Years of chances. And I used them to keep him close. But never too close. Because I thought he'd always stay. Until he didn't. I tried one last time. I sent him a message, I'm sorry. I never meant to make you feel like second best. You were never a backup. You were everything. He replied, I needed to hear that. Thank you. But I'm in a good place now. I hope you find peace, too. And that was it. No door left open. No, maybe someday. Just peace. For him, and silence for me. So if you're watching this, and you have someone in your life who shows up for you, who makes you laugh, makes you feel safe, shows up even when you don't ask, don't call them the backup. Don't make them the joke. Because one day they'll stop laughing, and they won't come back. Have you ever realized too late that the backup was actually the love of your life? Let's talk in the comments. You're not alone.